Good day. I'm Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for June 23rd, 2026. All right, commercial research analysts and business development leads, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then bottom line what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Quick note before we get in, the GPS demand signal review is still open, 8 seats. The terrain that triggered this session has not shifted. Federal demand signal, 5,039 new opportunities in the pipeline. If you've been watching these briefs and thinking about it, today's board makes the case. Code GPS 5111 holds a seat and the 30-day preview. Links in the description. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced. 5,039 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 3496 legislative signals. 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0%, with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. This week, the opportunity flow clocked in at 5,339 entries, a substantial figure that speaks volumes about market activity. However, let's not get lost in sheer numbers. The capture ticker shows a significant concentration around 3 top opportunities: the Thor 4 Production Award, San Diego Navy Ship Food Distribution, and Medium Energy Mobile Systems. Notably, these opportunities haven't disclosed financial amounts yet, which adds a layer of intrigue. For analysts who focus on the accessibility of these postings, this absence of fiscal data could indicate either a strategic withholding or a premature stage in the contracting process. The lack of BCL movement is another signal worth our attention. 0% BCL might suggest stability, but it also hints at stagnation in business classification levels, which can be telling of the competitive climate. When the board remains static, it often points to a need for deeper dives into what's holding the system back. Managers who read this tape know that a lack of fluidity could mean missed alignments in strategic positioning. The absence of legislative or executive movements further compounds the narrative of accessibility versus raw volume. Without new directives or policies to influence the pipeline, the opportunities we see might not be as accessible as they appear. Accessibility isn't just about sheer volume. It's about the quality and the openness of these opportunities to commercial entries. The capture terminal becomes an invaluable tool here, offering a granular look at market dynamics beyond surface-level figures. Now, let's pivot to the secondary signals. The complete absence of terrain holes, hiring spreads, and court opinions in this window paints a picture of a market in a holding pattern. No terrain holes suggest a lack of emergent gaps or vulnerabilities, but it could also mean that current strategies might not have room to exploit new niches. Commercial research analysts should take note. When there's no terrain shift, it's often the more nuanced strategies that yield results. The hiring stagnation and 0 lobbying clusters could indicate a pause in growth or a strategic recalibration by key players. This lack of activity might seem like a straightforward market lull, but savvy business development leads will recognize this as a potential mispricing of market agility. When competitors aren't expanding their teams or consolidating influence, it could signal a ripe moment for strategic positioning and discrete expansion. Court opinions and lobbying efforts are often the catalysts for changing tides, and their absence here suggests a rare opportunity for stability. However, this stability can mask the underlying potential for innovation. For those looking to make smart portfolio moves, the current climate presents a chance to focus on foundational strengths and to prepare for any shifts once these secondary signals reawaken. It's in these quiet lulls where the groundwork for future opportunities is often laid. The market is a dynamic landscape where federal demand signals intersect with commercial adjacency, requiring strategic foresight and agile adaptation. Are we effectively leveraging federal demand signals to anticipate shifts in commercial opportunities? How are we utilizing system theory to identify and exploit emerging market adjacencies? What measures are in place to ensure our portfolio remains resilient against potential terrain disruptions? The bottom line is clear. Our success hinges on our ability to synthesize these signals and adjust our trajectory in real time, ensuring that our strategies are both responsive and robust in an ever-evolving market. One more time on this, because the brief we just walked through is exactly the argument for it. The capture terminal. Same intelligence we just read, filtered to your book, running overnight. The GPS demand signal review is still open, 8 seats. The terrain that opened this session is still holding. Code GPS5111 at communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. Window closes June 26th at midnight. 12.6 million records, 4 verticals ready. Provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. I noticed some inactivity and wanted to remind